don't want the panoramic view.
You don't want to, you had to cover the drawing up. Jay.
What's up?
Tommy Fury defeats Jake
Shout out
Paul,
to Tommy
split
Fury.
decision.
That's my man right there, Tommy Fury. If I get a chance to call him, I'm gonna call him up. Good fight though. Fury tried to keep the distance with the jab. What's his name? Paul got in there a couple times, especially with the sneaky little hook he was throwing. But I noticed he kept making the mistake of dipping his head before he punched. So he was like telegraphing the punch. He'd do this little, it's like a little running back move he got. He dipped down and then he threw an overhand or he dipped down, throw the hook. That Tommy Fury just wasn't going for that shit. I think the hand speed made the difference. Tommy Fury was in between the ring, in the middle of the ring, landed some combinations at times. The jab was the most important punch. And I think the fact that Tommy Fury is actually sturdy, he's strong. And I didn't know he was that young. He a young kid though. And but Jake Paul's strong too though, you can tell, because he was in there with a guy his size. And he hurt him a couple times. He did hurt him a couple times, but he wore down. He got tired. I mean, probably after 4, and he, he slowed down, doing a lot of holding. I mean, I thought they was gonna call it a draw or burn Tommy, but the right man got the right decision.
This was the first time that he faced the actual boxer. Before it was, the first fight was against a YouTuber. Second fight was against Nate Robinson, NBA player.
Yeah.
Then retired MMA guys.
Yeah.
And then now it's boxer. He was green, like Tommy's green, 23 years old.
Yeah, you could tell Tommy not all the way confident in what he can do, but he know a little something. You can tell he know a little something.
But a hell of a pedigree, not amateur pedigree, but just
physical.
a lineage. Yeah, real big, strong kid. Is it a case of Jake isn't as good as what people thought, or just Tommy's just better than what people thought?
Both. Jake Paul can't be that good because he ain't been around long enough. He ain't been around the sport. He just been able to fool the people long enough, and he did a great job at it. Made some money doing it, and probably gonna make some more money. And Tommy Fury is better than what we do because we ain't really seen much of Tommy Fury. And the only thing that was weird about this shit, they built it up like it was a championship fight. Tommy cried and all that. It was like a lot going on. That was like too much for me. Like, it's a win. Like, you know what I'm saying? Take the win and roll. Like, don't buy into all that hype shit. But I guess you will when there's so much hype around Jake Paul. So it is what it is. But Jake Paul is a tough guy. He's a tough guy. He's a strong guy. But he needs a lot of work when it comes to skills, timing, reflexes, composure, things like that. He needs a lot of work. But it was a good joint, man.
Is it more difficult for Jake Paul having to learn while millions of people are watching? Like millions of people are scrutinizing everything that you do. It's
difficult, but it's not difficult because we putting the right guys in front of you. And he's been training for a nice amount of time. And he has professional trainers. Like both his trainers, what's his name? BJ Armstrong?
BJ Flores.
BJ Flores. I'm talking about the basketball player.
Yeah.
BJ Flores and Jalen Love was both professional fighters on a high level. So they understand the game. But he's still learning on the job, though. He is still learning on the job. But the problem is, anybody else learning on the job, they fighting tough. He learning on the job with kind of like with a pampered career. He getting the right guys. You know what I'm saying? I was arguing with a guy in the casino like a week ago because he was like, but he did beat what's the MMA bull name?
Anderson Silva.
Anderson Silva. I said Anderson Silva, fucking 68 years old. Like you can't. Come on, bro. He old as shit. Been getting kicked all his life, choked out. You know what I'm saying? You can't compare that. Tommy Fury was the best comparison. And guess what? Jake Paul still did pretty good. But, you know what I mean? Tommy was just too much for him at the end of the day. And it came to skills.
What do you want to see from either guy? Tommy go back on the prospect path?
Yeah, I want Tommy to go ahead and do what he do. If he gonna get another shot at a rematch and make his money, I can't be mad at that. Jake Paul, I just want Jake Paul to be honest. He sat down and started talking in the post press conference as if he really a fighter. Like he be talking that shit. So start putting him in there with real guys. I think he's strong enough to do it. He definitely strong enough. The skill set got to get a little better, but he be like carrying on like he really a fighter. Like people like to use the fact that he's not a fighter and be like, well, doesn't that make him greater? Yeah, but the fact that he acting like he a real fighter, I think he should fight real fighters all the time. Like enough with all the like pancake shit. You know what I mean?